Welcome to Mystic Moons. This is a reading for Sagittarius. Sagittarius. I was having a conversation with one of the members of our community, and she was telling me that she couldn't see or hear me anymore. So I set up a new live. Hopefully, this is better. Hopefully this is better. We were having a chat about how the year is shaping up, how things are going crazy all over. And then there are the people who see that something's wrong, and then the lunkheads that go, oh, it's okay. So this is a reading for Sagittarius, Sagittarius moon, Sagittarius sun, Sagittarius rising, Sagittarius Venus. Sagittarius, if your Venus is in another sign, keep an eye out. Hello, Lee Duck. Hello, how are you? If you're Sagittarius, if your Venus is in another sign, Sagittarius, check it out. If I have time, I will do all 12. Sagittarius, I also invite you to go and check out part 1 of your love readings that I did. Thank you very much for the like. I was going to go and continue this on the other Sagittarius reading that I started, but Asha was telling me that my video and sound had cut out. So anyway, yes, check out part 1 if you're interested in the general reading on May love. I highly recommend it. There's also a reading for May energy as well. Sagittarius, take a peek at that. Yes, Lucas, you can definitely ask something. I am all ears. I am hands too, but I'm also ears. Well, actually, I'm eyes. What's your question, Lucas? In the meantime, I'll say that yes, you should keep an eye out for love readings on your Venus sign. You could also consider your 7th house energy, Sagittarius. Sagittarius, the way that this reading works. Hello, Rohit. Well, Rohit, as my channel is not monetized, and I do depend upon viewer support, Rohit, why don't you make a donation, show a little love through Buy Me a Coffee, and I'll be happy to take a look for you. Otherwise, I invite you to sit back and enjoy the reading for the collective. However, this is a love reading, Rohit. This is not one of the other readings that I do in which anything could come out. This is purely geared towards love. Not love of money either, a love of career, love of success, love of matters of the heart, the pink chakra energy. Tenderness, care, empathy, affection, regardless if it's romantic or platonic. That is the energy of all the love readings that are done here. So what was I going to say? Check out your 7th house energy. There are 3,000 videos on my channel, Rohit. 3,000 videos of demonstrations. You can check them out. I have readings on everything from politics, celebrities. Hello, Asha. Welcome back. Well, I am alive. This is me in real time. But anyway, Rohit, I'm not into arguing or debating. Really, what I offer, I think, is what I feel comfortable with offering here. And I think I do a lot for what I can do, what I can offer. I offer lots of collective readings that may or may not resonate for your sign. And I also offer paid personal readings, but I do need a donation. And you could look at the readings that I do by politics, by far out paranormal things, religious things, political things, and zodiac things. So, you know, lots of things to peruse there. And there's also the astrological notes, which are timeless tarot messages in the shorts. Go and check them out. And Lucas, as I said, if you want me to pull for you personally, show a little love, Lucas. Show a little love and help support my channel. As I said, I'm not monetized. Nice to know, Rohit. And hello, Nick. How are you? All right. So, Asha, I feel like I forgot what we were talking about. But we could pick it up at the end of the reading. Thank you, Lucas. I appreciate that. I appreciate you showing appreciation for my time and doing this for the collective. I really do. Thank you. So, Sagittarius, yes, there are. This is part 2 of the Sagittarius reading I was doing for you earlier. And yes, we can, Asha. We certainly can. Sending you little Sagittarius hearts. Flutter, flutter. So now we're in the zodiac 12 sign breakdown. I won't be time stamping this, so feel free to hop around. If anyone wants to take notes and upload it later on a comment, feel free. But yeah, I'm not time stamping any of my lives right now. Too much hassle. A Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, a Venus. Sagittarius, this is all about your heart chakra energy and how your heart chakra energy goes and vibes with another collective. We will be doing all 12. I see this as I said, the pink energy Not really romantic, not really platonic, just the pure basis of affection, care, true love. And of course, that can be developed and perhaps resonate towards love or towards friendship. That is the energy I'd like you to keep in mind as we pull for this. Also, too, Sagittarius, keep in mind, this could be someone who you know. You may or may not be talking to that person, Sagittarius. This could also be someone who you meet. Someone who you don't know yet, someone entirely new. This is just the energies collective towards you, and just for right now of May. So, Sagittarius, let's get started. I am going to read the tinctures out and let that sound. Let that sound out. And the sign that we'll start with water. We'll start with Scorpio. Scorpio for Sagittarius. Sagittarius is a Scorpio on your mind. If you meet a Scorpio, Sagittarius, what's the energy around that? Ace of Cups, bottom of the deck energy, Temperance, which is Sagittarius energy. Bottom of the deck energy also has 6 of Cups, which is also Scorpio energy. 5 of Cups energy, more Scorpio energy. Well, essentially, we'll find out more, Sagittarius, but this Scorpio is wanting to make good now. If you aren't dealing with a Scorpio, Sagittarius, then that Scorpio has been through some things, some real deep disappointments. And they've also come to some really clear truths that has been staring that Scorpio all in the face. And as those truths are coming to light, that the Scorpio can't ignore, Sagittarius, it's all their past actions and how that Scorpio has behaved, Sagittarius. Scorpio is in this energy. Scorpio has realized something about themselves, and Scorpio wants to do better. Scorpio is ready to do better. Scorpio is ready for a new start. Ace of Cups has 3 of Cups, 8 of Cups. Hierophant, there's a whole lot of water, Sagittarius. If you're dealing with a Scorpio, and if you meet a Scorpio, it doesn't really matter, because I feel like, first of all, if you've been dealing with a Scorpio, I feel like you have been through a lot with that Scorpio, Sagittarius. Scorpio, though, is ready to turn over a new leaf. Scorpio has a new level of commitment, a new level of insight and work that they want to come back to you with. Scorpio is making their way towards you. If this is someone who you know, if you meet a Scorpio, that Scorpio has also undergone some transformation. They have a clear idea of what they want, how they want. They've also have come and acknowledged some unpleasant behaviors or truths about themselves and how they've acted, and now they're going to try and do much better. Sagittarius, a Scorpio who you're getting. Scorpio wants a new start away from everything that they've dealt with prior. Scorpio is going to try and do better. And if you are interested, Sagittarius, Scorpio will try that with you. Sagittarius, if you're dealing with a Cancer. There's some warm feelings there. Wonder why these cards are upside down. Let's just make sure they're all the right way. Sagittarius, if you're dealing with a Cancer, what warm feelings are here? If you're dealing with a Cancer, both of you should really enjoy each other's company, Sagittarius. You should get along quite well, Sagittarius. Very comforting, supportive energy, Sagittarius. It's like too, Sagittarius, in this energy, both of you are really comfortable in your own skins. And yet you don't have to go and find the mirror of yourself in the other. You're both your own individuals, comfortable with who you are and where you are, with yourself. And then you're comfortable with the differences and the similarities that you share. There's like room to breathe here, which is interesting that there'd be room to breathe with, of all signs, Cancer. Also, too, interesting to note, bottom of the deck energy does have natural pairing of the sun and the moon. Soulmate, life partner, fated connections with Cancer right now, Sagittarius, if you're open to a Cancer. Very good vibes that happen with a Cancer, Sagittarius. And to go and pull it a little bit more, Sagittarius, getting to know one another, very good feelings intrinsically. Two very different people, Sagittarius, between you and that Cancer. However, yet it just works. The differences, I would say, are what makes the strong points, in fact, Sagittarius. And also Sagittarius in this energy. Four of Pentacles, Knight of Cups, High Priestess, with the bottom of a deck energy, Eight of Pentacles. Also, it's like discovering things about one another intrinsically on a soul level, on a vibrational level. You two mesh very well. And it's just having the patience and allowing naturally you two to get to know one another. Get to know what makes each other tick. Have patience, don't rush, and respect the connection. But very good energy with Cancer. Energy that unfolds. But all the makings for something very special are there. Sagittarius, if you're dealing with a Pisces. A Pisces for Sagittarius. I have Queen of Cups. I've actually been getting Queen of Cups a lot for when I've been pulling Pisces energy. Pisces is in Queen of Cups energy. Pisces in general, just a trend for Pisces. Pisces is in this very feminine creative, receptive, very heads down in their work type of energy. You know, it's also like in this energy, Sagittarius, to go and catch Pisces' attention. It's like your plans have to be aligned with a Pisces, or the dedication to your future plans has to be at a strong level, a dedicated level like Pisces. Pisces is, you know, impressed by direction. And also belief in your direction, at least finding out your direction. What is it? Because that's also what Pisces is preoccupied with. Sagittarius. Pisces is looking in that receptive energy, in that passive energy, to go and gather more similar energy to them. And definitely part of that Sagittarius are people who want to follow through on their life path. Not so much the path that makes sense or the path that pays the bills, but the path that leaves your mark on the world. Sagittarius, it's that kind of energy. If you're dealing with Pisces, if you meet a Pisces, what do you have planned for the future, Sagittarius? How do you plan to go and unlock the future for yourself, Sagittarius? What kind of dreams do you have right now, Sagittarius? How have your dreams evolved, Sagittarius? All these sorts of questions and sentiments are what will align you to Pisces in this energy. You know, Pisces has experienced setbacks, and yet Pisces still is very, very hopeful and bright. Pisces wants to build. Pisces wants to imagine. Pisces wants to take the lessons that were learned and turn them into bonuses. Sagittarius, are you in a similar energy? Let Pisces know. We'll go on to the next sign. We already did water. I'll go on to Capricorn, go on to Earth. So Sagittarius, I hear you, little girl. Did you hear that, my little kitty going meow, meow? She's so cute, my little kitty. See how cute she is? She woke up. She did the meows. She's washing her little girl self. She's making herself all pretty. Anyway, this is just a moment of cat appreciation. She says, get this sweater off of me, but it still is a little chilly. Isn't she cute? This is like cat appreciation since she did the meow. The meow of I'm here. Okay, we'll continue. So we're going to do Capricorn. We're on Earth signs for Sagittarius. Sagittarius, if you meet a Capricorn, if you're dealing with a Capricorn, I have Page of Cups, Five of Cups, Knight of Swords. Who will concede, Sagittarius? I do tend to read my Knight of Wands as Sagittarius energy. Sagittarius, both you and Capricorn are quite forceful isn't the word. Determined isn't quite the word. Both of you are quite resolute in your stances. It's like if one person says purple is better and the other person says water is better. It's completely like two different things. There's a little bit of well, who's going to concede to the other? One could say that both of you have very good ideas. Both of you have your pros and cons of doing things, seeing things, operating, but it appears that there has to be some sort of synergy on how to do it together. Who will concede, Capricorn? If there is concessions being made, then things will go along quite swimmingly between you and that Capricorn. But there has to be concessions made on some level. Someone has to allow the other to lead. Who will lead, Sagittarius? Who will be led? If no one will be led, Sagittarius, then there is a standstill. Sagittarius, if you're dealing with a Taurus for Sagittarius. Also a little bit of stubborn energy here. Could be they're stubborn on you, Sagittarius. Let's go and find out more. I have Ace of Pentacles for Taurus. It makes sense. You make a lot of sense. To that Taurus, Sagittarius. Also, too, Taurus is not really... Well, we'll see if they're not afraid of acknowledging their emotions or not, but Taurus definitely is sold on you in this energy. You're a good thing. A question, though, Sagittarius. In fact, Sagittarius, because this energy is so calculating, I'm going to pull one more card on you for Taurus. Sagittarius, if you're dealing with a Taurus or if you meet a Taurus, that Taurus is sold on you, but they have very calculating energy. Sagittarius, it's not very warm energy, Sagittarius. Sagittarius, would you be fine with that? Would you be fine with someone who views you as a good thing, a thing that makes sense, something that logically computes without necessarily the heart space there, Sagittarius? This energy is so calculating, Sagittarius. And it's like, too, Sagittarius, the emotional components in which they're allowing themselves to feel also has a calculatable value to it. Taurus may try and win you by gifts as well, Sagittarius. Or we could say their gift or their love language, this Taurus's love language will be very clear words with demonstrable actions. But it's very calculating. Very bright, very strong, very stable, very calculating Sagittarius. Could be nothing wrong with it, Sagittarius, but it's just colder than what I think. I mean, of course, it depends on your other placements, Sagittarius, but Sagittarius, you have such a vibrant, strong energy. Very enthusiastic, Sagittarius, very lively and buoyant. I don't really get that much calculating energy, calculative energy. And I feel like Sagittarius is a pretty well-rounded entity of emotion, logic, and strength. And it's just rather cold, I think, Sagittarius, for your collective. It would be nice to see a burst of warm affection generated towards you, too. So just something to keep in mind for Taurus. Well, it's up to you, Rohit. One could see how the other signs come out. Let's see, we're going to do Virgo. Quiet. A Virgo. I may have to let my cat out. 1 minute. I'll be back in just a second. In the cupboard you go. All right, I had to go and switch my kitties. Well, Rohit, I'll be fine with chatting, but after I do the readings, let me finish the readings. Unless, of course, you want to donate. After each sign, if anyone wants to donate, I don't mind pausing and pulling cards for you, but for conversation, let's wait till I'm done. So, Virgo, Sagittarius, if you're dealing with a Virgo, I know that sun fell out, Sagittarius, but if the sun wants to come out or the meaning of the sun wants to come out, it will. Actually, I want some water, Sagittarius. I'll be back in just a second. Let me get some water. What, you want my water? No. She wants my water, Sagittarius. She's like, let me drink your water. This is my water. She has this face. Are you going to get the water? He's like, give me your water. Water in a cup. Water in a cup. I did get that water for me, but it seems like we share. Of course, we don't really share. Now it's cat water. She's like, of course I drink water. Jay, if you donate, you can ask a question. Otherwise, you can ask let me put it this way. You can ask a question, but if you'd like an answer, if it's a personal question, I would need a donation. But always happy if you want to show a little bit of love to help support my channel, which isn't monetized. I would be very appreciative, Jay. And then, Jay, I have to buy cat food. And I have to buy kitty litter. It would be going to a good cause, Jay. Be helping to support the channel, and you'd be happy helping to make a happy kitty. Can't beat that. Anyway, we're going to let her just go and drink her water because she's so cute. Isn't she cute? Well, you know I'm cat crazy. Or if you don't know, you know it now. Is that all you're going to drink? I got that from me. No, it's cat water. Anyway. Sagittarius, let's go and see the rest of the signs. Now that my cat has had water, even though I got that for myself, he are happy. He wants some more water, and she said she had enough. Okay, you can move. You happy you got your water? Even though she has her own water, she has 2 cups of water, but it's not an actual human cup. You know, we're not doing it together. Sagittarius, I will be taking a pause after a few more readings and getting another cup of water. Because I need to put this into the cat bowl. And I need to wash my cup out with water. Otherwise, I'll get worms, Sagittarius. Sagittarius, check out the reading I did for all 12 zodiacs. Do you have worms in your gut? It's a timeless tarot reading. I highly recommend you check it out. Why not? Just search in my channel for the word worms and you'll find it. Anyway, Sagittarius, let's go and pick up the 12 sign zodiac breakdown. We already did water. We are on Earth. Did we do fire? No, we didn't do fire. Did we do fire? No, we did not do fire. Help me out here, Sagittarius. Did I do fire yet? I think I only did water. And now I'm doing earth, right? Was there a sign that I did in between there? Yeah, this is like my flu brain right now, not computing. Okay, no fire. Thank you, Rohit. Yeah, so we did water. Now we're on Earth. We have one more left on Earth. We have Virgo. And then we'll move on to fire and air. All right. Yeah, I see like cat. I have a cold. Everything gets like wiped from my memory. Other than the cat drank my water and I can't drink this now. All right, let's go on to Virgo. Sagittarius, if you meet a Virgo, if you're dealing with a Virgo, I have Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands is clarified by 2 of Wands, strong Aries energy. That Virgo, or perhaps you, Sagittarius, one of you, could have significant Aries placements, significant personal planets. 9 of Pentacles, by the way, is also Virgo energy. If you're dealing with a Virgo, Virgo is playing coy, Sagittarius. If you're dealing with a Virgo, regardless if you meet a Virgo, if you've already been dealing with a Virgo, that Virgo, first of all, is in really good energy. Just in general, as a person, Virgo is feeling very good about themselves. Virgo is sashaying down the street. Virgo has the sun shining on them. Virgo is in excellent spirits and excellent energy. Virgo is highly confident in themselves. Virgo is very self-assured. Virgo is also slightly self-involved. Virgo has things on their mind, Sagittarius, and whether or not they involve you or they include you. Virgo has enough that they won't be running Sagittarius after you. Sagittarius, I have someone who's very confident and very secure in their own energy if you're dealing with a Virgo. And to get that Virgo's attention, you are going to have to go and pull out quite a lot of effort to get Virgo's attention. You can get Virgo's attention if you want to. It'll be a bit of effort. It'll be worth it if you want to. But Virgo is in the energy in which you have to go and make your case and be alluring to Virgo. That's Virgo's energy. Virgo is sitting pretty and Virgo knows it. Virgo is in queen energy right now, Sagittarius. You need to go and send over your sonnets, your flowers, your gifts. You need to do your strutting, your compliments, etc. to please Virgo. Virgo, it requires a bit of work. As opposed to Virgo being amenable to you. So that's Virgo's energy. Let's see. Sagittarius, shall we go on to air? If you're dealing with a Libra, Sagittarius. A Libra for Sagittarius. Excellent energy to go and start something, Sagittarius. In fact, Libra could be very forward towards you, Sagittarius, in this energy. Sagittarius, Libra is at least going to come and explore the opportunity with you. Libra has no hesitation, Sagittarius. In this energy, I would say you could be the one sitting pretty. Almost a reverse Virgo. Hey, don't turn that up. Like my cat's running around being bad, which is why I typically lock him up when I do my readings. It's like you're talking too much to the wall, to the device, and that's unnatural. That's what my cat says. Anyway, let me also call out Sagittarius. I read my queens as cardinals. I read my Queen of Swords as Libra. And that Libra is going to come and see what can be done between you and them, Sagittarius. Sagittarius, in this energy, all you need to do is just be available. Just be available and Libra will come knocking. What will they come knocking for? Well, they look like they have some rather serious intentions about you, Sagittarius. Also with that Sun and Emperor, a lot of masculine energy, very forward energy, very active energy, very immediate energy. Anyway, Libra is like a fire truck coming your way. Libra's like, you won't turn me down, Sagittarius. That's the kind of energy that I have with Libra too. So anyway, some of you, if you see a Libra, if you know a Libra, that's some pretty forward energy that I've gotten from Libra. I really don't get that from Libra. Not like that. Anyway, we'll go on to the next air sign. Sagittarius, if you meet a Gemini, if you are dealing with a Gemini for Sagittarius, That fell out, Sagittarius, but I don't want to take cards that fall out. Not right now. You said Gemini, right? Gemini is in the midst of things, Sagittarius. Outside of you, Gemini is in the midst of things. Gemini has plans. Gemini has been working towards those plans. Gemini's plans take them to many different areas, whether emotionally, imagination, there's not such a word, imaginatively, is that such a word? Well, I made it up. Physically, Gemini is a very busy person in general. Busy, 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 busy is Gemini. And Gemini is going to take a bit of their busy schedule, Sagittarius, and see what they can go and create with you. But no, Gemini is quite busy. What exactly is Gemini busy with? Other people, other things. I'm not focusing on that. All I know is Gemini is ultra busy, and they're busy towards building the steps of their life. They're doing work to make themselves a more complete Gemini. They could make a more complete Gemini with you, Sagittarius. Sagittarius. Gemini wants to do things. Gemini, Sagittarius wants to do big things. Possibly Sagittarius, Gemini wants to travel. Possibly Sagittarius, Gemini wants to do entirely different things that haven't been done before. Sagittarius, Gemini is looking for someone who they can intelligently fly with. They want to do different things with their life, with their plans, with the direction of where they want to go. Sagittarius, do you also want to do different things and do them better together? I'm going to go and get that glass of water. I'll be back in a second. Okay, I am back with a clean bowl that doesn't have, or cat, not bowl, mug. It doesn't have cat water in it. No bug in my water, no cat tongue in my water. I just have a clean glass of water. I am blessed, Sagittarius. All right, Sagittarius, so we have Aquarius left. Aquarius and fire. I'm going to drink another thing of water. Okay. Sagittarius, if an Aquarius is on your mind, an Aquarius for Sagittarius, the Fool I read my fools as Aquarius energy, by the way, Sagittarius. True, some people say that it could be all the signs, the beginning, blah, 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 blah. However, when I pull the Fool, and if I put a sign on it, I feel Aquarius 1,000%. Well, Aquarius is in a good mood. That's essentially what I'm getting so far. Aquarius is in a good mood. Aquarius could be on the road. Aquarius, if Aquarius is not on the road, Sagittarius, Aquarius could be planning to go on the road. Are they taking an actual literal trip, Sagittarius, or are they just taking a mental departure from something that restricted them and now no longer does? Either way, Aquarius is excited, Aquarius is feeling good, and Aquarius is about to go and feel even better than they feel right now. Aquarius is on some weird kind of rise of just feeling better and better and better and better, at least right now. You have a positive, happy Aquarius. Aquarius is bouncy. A bouncy Aquarius. Bouncy, bouncy, bouncy. How long can they be bouncy? They're going to try and be bouncy as long as possible. Sagittarius. I'm just going to speak in general about this Aquarius energy. Regardless if you know an Aquarius or if you meet an Aquarius, Aquarius has been managing some responsibilities. They've been managing responsibilities. They've been very dedicated. Seeing it here, essentially something has kind of snapped. It's not like a new phase or that this was completed and Aquarius is reaping the benefits or the harvest of their hard work. No, Aquarius has been working very hard and heads down towards something very methodical in a manner I feel that's unlike Aquarius. The way that they've been acting or working has been or would be fine for someone else if it wasn't Aquarius. Maybe it could even be fine for you, Sagittarius. 10 of Wands is Sagittarius energy. But Sagittarius, Aquarius has been working towards a goal or accepting responsibilities, shouldering responsibilities, being responsible in a manner that ultimately isn't them, like how they would do best with managing responsibilities is not in the way that they've been acting. Not to say that they're irresponsible, not at all. But like, let's say if someone owns a house, maybe different people could have different ways of maintaining that house. Some people could actually do hands-on work to go and fix the house. Other people could go and rent out a part of the house. Someone else could go and work at a convenience store and pay to go and support the house. Someone else could go and travel all around the world, and whatever money they earn, they send it back to support the house. Someone else could go and work remote and just stay inside and beautify their house, right? There's all these different ways in which someone could manage the responsibility of a house. So what I'm trying to say is Aquarius has been working towards a responsibility in a way that doesn't suit them, and they realize that. Not that they're irresponsible, but they've been acting, following someone else's way of being responsible or someone else's actions towards being responsible, and they're taking a sharp break from that. And that Sagittarius, that Aquarius has shed something or is about to shed something. That Aquarius, Sagittarius, the energy I have here, Aquarius is either on the road or preparing to go on the road. Aquarius is going to shed whatever it is that they have been working towards or building towards. And they're going to go on the road. They're going to go and create a whole new set of dynamics. They're going to build a different set of responsibilities that's more in line to their own style. So who exactly will they take along with that? What exactly will they take along with it? I don't know. But that's something to keep in mind, regardless if you know a Sagittarius or you meet a Sagittarius. Sagittarius is free Aquarius, Sagittarius is free right now. And Sagittarius, Aquarius is finding out what it is they want to be responsible for and how. And this is a process that's ongoing, not necessarily a decision that they're making right now and it's complete, or a decision that they'll be making in May. It's an ongoing investigation that they're making, in which I feel they're going to pick up things and discard things as that Aquarius works to go and find the responsibilities that they accept and nurture and support those responsibilities in a way that works for them. Something to think about, Sagittarius, if you have your eye on an Aquarius. So that concludes air, and now we're on fire. Sagittarius, if you're dealing with a fellow Sagittarius, that fell out, Sagittarius, but I still don't feel like taking cards that fall. Sagittarius, a fellow Sagittarius for you. Ouch. I had Justice that came out initially, right? Sagittarius, if you're dealing with a fellow Sagittarius, one of you is a little overly harsh on yourself. Someone, could be you, Sagittarius, could be that Sagittarius. Someone is definitely far too harsh on themselves. Sagittarius, someone is seeing, it's almost like all the actions they should have done or movements they should have made. There's some sort of like something they feel like they should have done more at specific times. And now they realize that, and they're a little bit down on that, Sagittarius. They're being far too hard on themselves. They're being rough on themselves, Sagittarius. They need to be kinder and softer and gentler to themselves, Sagittarius. That's initially the energy of this Five of Cups. I'm going to pause it for 1 second. Okay. So, yeah, someone's being a little harsh on themselves, Sagittarius. That other Sagittarius. Too harsh on themselves, too hard on themselves. Seven of Swords, Chariot. Ooh. Sagittarius, if you're dealing with a fellow Sagittarius, I would not really recommend seeking out another Sagittarius right now. Someone is far too harsh on themselves, Sagittarius. Someone's only seeing the failures, and while it's good to acknowledge and feel sad over disappointments, it is good, it is healthy, it is good to have that acknowledgement. A Sagittarius, this person is beating themselves up about it. Far too harsh. Person is being cruel to themselves. Sagittarius, this person is also likewise in this energy desperate to move on, desperate to go and have something positive happen in their life. A positive love connection, someone who they can go and give for freely, almost with abandon. However, Sagittarius, this person's energy is too raw. If you're dealing with a fellow Sagittarius, I would let this person heal. This person needs to heal. This person doesn't need to go and rush into anything. This person needs to take it slow. This person, overall, Sagittarius, needs to be kinder to themselves. They can't have people be kind to them, Sagittarius. They actually have to start loving themselves first. So if you are interested in a fellow Sagittarius, I would give them time, because they have things that they need to heal, internal things that only they can do. You can send them like funny memes and stuff like that, Sagittarius. You can buy them cookies too if you want. But nothing more than that. Nothing than sending a little humor and giving them a cookie here and there. But let that Sagittarius be. Definitely don't move to anything romantic with that Sagittarius in that energy. That's volatile. And that's liable to cause more pain than anything else down the long run. I don't know how, but that's like a whole mess that can develop into a huge storm. A Sagittarius, if you're dealing with an Aries. An Aries for Sagittarius. Aries, look at all these nines. Sagittarius, Aries has been upholding themselves to some pretty high standards, upholding people around them to some pretty high standards. Aries has been the lone soldier, Sagittarius. Aries hasn't found a confidant who inspires them, who comforts them, who reassures them, who is nice to be around, Sagittarius, in this energy. And thus, Aries has been just sort of doing what they can for themselves while patiently waiting for a time when they can open themselves up. For some reason, they felt like they weren't able to open themselves up. Aries is in a good place right now, Sagittarius. Aries is in a good place to start exploring connections, start building connections. Not really anything to get serious about in this energy, Sagittarius. Aries is into taking things slow. Aries doesn't quite know where things go, but for the headspace that the headspace that Aries has been in, Aries is working to go and build themselves up and out again into the social scene. You're looking at at the energy of some legged being, like a baby horse. You know how the baby horses, they learn how to stand on their feet right away, and then give them a couple hours and they can run and jump and so forth. Aries has sort of gone through an incubation stage where they are rediscovering their legs, and right now they are going outside, venturing, and learning how to frolic. Aries in this energy is good for a friend. Aries right now is not prepared to move into anything deeper. They will be at a certain time, but not right now. Right now, it's all about socialization and regaining their footing, establishing harmonious contacts. That's kind of the energy that Aries is in. Aries is going to take pride in being a social butterfly and enjoying the company of people without any expectation or weight or responsibility on them too. Sagittarius, the final sign. Leo, let me drink some water first. So, a Leo for Sagittarius. Oh, we have for Leo. A Leo. I feel like a cat just jumped around me. I have Hangman. I'm going to be back in 1 second, Sagittarius. I feel like something bad is being done. He's looking at me. He has plans, Sagittarius, my little pet. Anyway, Hangman for Leo. Hangman, bottom of the deck energy. Leo isn't ready yet. Leo isn't ready yet, Sagittarius. Give Leo some space. Give Leo some time. Leo has been making some pretty big departures, either physically, Sagittarius, or mentally. And Leo is really just about to begin a new phase, a whole new phase of life, a whole new type of commitment, a whole new type of Leo. They're still in the process of figuring that out, how they're going to doing it, or energetically settling that down. But Leo is in that chrysalis or chrysalis. You know, they call the butterfly stages when they're in the cocoon. The word of how to pronounce it escapes me right now. I need to go to dictionary.com and click the little sound button and hear that again. But that's basically what Leo is. You know what also too Leo's energy is like? Leo's energy is like hot glass about to be molded, or hot metal that's been melted down and is liquefied. Leo is very fluid right now. Leo can become anything. Leo is going to be much more stunning than what Leo has already been. Leo is evolving, but Leo is also in a very delicate state. Leo is in a delicate state. You should think about Leo as I said, hot metal or hot glass can become anything but hasn't decided yet what to become. Leo is under a whole big change for themselves, and they're deciding exactly how they want that change to be for themselves. Leo's already gone through quite a number of changes. Leo has some more changes yet to go through. Sagittarius, leave Leo alone for right now. Let Leo continue to do this evolution that they are in the midst of. The Leo that you see today, Sagittarius, is not the same Leo that's going to be there next week. Leo's making really big changes. And the person that Leo is right now is not the same person that Leo is going to be, say, in August, in Leo season, or July, in Leo season. So keep that in mind, Sagittarius. I would keep an eye out on Leo, however, because in that energy, Leo's transformation definitely should be quite impressive to see. I'll be like looking for Leos and going, I see you now. I'm going to be watching you. Of course, I don't think I know any Leos right now. Be back in 1 second. Right. So that concludes the 12 sign zodiac breakdown. Thank you so much for the likes. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for the great conversation, Asha. And of course, nice to meet you, Rohit. I don't know who else is here, but thank you all. And those who are yet to watch, I have no idea what the cadence of those signs are. But as you see from the readings, you'll just have to jump around and find them. I'll be back with another reading unless anybody has anything to say, any chit chat. If anybody also has any questions, I could go and pull a few cards for you. On my end, well, I gave my calico water from a cup. I gave concluded the Sagittarius readings. I think I'm pretty good. I have 2 cats that are meowing away at me. Separate kitties. You know, I have like that many. I have tons. Sagittarius, as we have already a couple signs that are out too. I believe I did Virgo, Cancer, and Aquarius. If any of those signs, go and cross-watch. And also think about your Venus. Keep an eye out for that when it comes. My little Siamese says, can I come out? He can't come out because he's a little bad boy. Can I come out? No, he's in the cubby. He was out a moment ago, but I had to lock him up again. I don't know why the other boy is locked up. Quiet, quiet, quiet. I have 2 good girl kitties and I have 2 bad boy kitties. And mainly they're bad because they meow a lot. And they jump on things. And then they scratch on things. And they back talk, as you hear. And it doesn't matter if I feed them, I play with them, what I do beforehand. They just say, oh, you're doing this unnatural thing of paying attention to this phone and device. What did I do? I keep on doing those things. There we go. These icons on the side, and the only icon I use is to mute and unmute. One doesn't really have much need for effect when all you're doing is pulling cards. Quiet. But yes, if anybody has any questions, let me know. I think. Oh, thank you for the like. Oh, yes, and also for those of you who joined, do check out part 1. Check out part 1 with the general love reading, and then come over and check out your, well, here are the signs. I'm wondering for the next reading, let me see, I think I did water, if I can get the little pen. I did water, I did earth, right? Then earth, air, and fire. I'll go and put that on the video. I may do one more love reading. I will be doing a Who's Watching You later tonight too, so keep an eye out for that. They'll be all signs. And I think I'm going to take a little bit of a break for about 10 minutes. I'll be back with some other reading soon enough. If anybody has any questions, feel free. And again, if anybody would like to go and send a little love towards the channel, because again, I'm not monetized. And I have litter and cat food and etc. to go and buy. The Cash App or buy me a coffee is appreciated. Thank you. Actually, I'm going to sign off now. Keep an eye out for the other readings I'll do tonight, if you're around. If not, I'll catch you later on a video. Thank you. Bye-bye. Wishing everybody the most beautiful day.